And hello, a very good afternoon. Welcome to the live stream. It's a bit of an impromptu one in terms of timing, 1 o'clock today, but I'm just trying to work out the best way with the Wimbledon final being, well, the women's final this afternoon, then the men's final tomorrow. So it's just trying to navigate my way around these things and the World Cup. So I kind of thought this was the best way. So it might be a little bit shorter today. We've just got the one service, which is at London Euston through to Manchester Piccadilly. But hope everybody is well and hope the stream's working all okay as well. I've gone back to using the original microphone today because it just seems a bit louder, I think, overall. So hopefully that'll be a bit better for you. So it's a hot afternoon, but let's get underway. Good afternoon to Oscar, by the way. Hope you're well. Yeah, it's certainly going to be one of the hottest live streams we've had, I think. So an unusual time for me, Saturday 1 p.m. But it won't be a regular thing. I think next weekend we've got the World Cup final, so chances are it's going to be, I think we'll do the usual 5 p.m. but on a Saturday rather than a Sunday. And then after that, we're going to be absolutely normal and back to Sunday at 5 p.m. So just that little bit of a hiccup in terms of the sort of the World Cup and the tennis all going on at the moment. So this is what we have in store today.
Platform 3 for the 1333 Avanti West Coast service to Manchester Piccadilly, calling at Milton Keynes Central, Stafford, Crewe, Wilmslow, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly. This train is formed of 11 coaches. Platform 3 for the 1333 Avanti West Coast service to Manchester Piccadilly.
I've always liked the idea of driving a full service in the game, and although there is a short section that is missing, it's now possible to go from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. In today's stream, we'll drive 1 Hotel 68 on the 1333 Avanti West Coast service. Firstly, on West Coast Main Line South. Then on to Trent Valley to take us to Crewe. And then finally using the Manchester Airport Commuter route to our final destination of Manchester Piccadilly. Hopefully it should be fast, trouble-free and a nice relaxing journey on the hot July summer's afternoon. So let's get the game underway and then we will get going. Ironic thing, of course, if I was a real Pendolino driver, then I would be sitting in a very, very nice air-conditioned cab, but sadly not the case. So the service is going to be 1 Hotel 68, and we're a 391 until we get to Wilmslow anyway, and then we become a 390. There's a little bit of a change around in terms of the timetable. Good evening, Josh. Hope you are well. And Oscar says, what? What's going on? Why is it Saturday at 1 p.m? Yep, a rare Saturday live stream. We're just trying to take in the Wimbledon finals today. Yeah, it definitely does. I've just put them in. Hope I don't get any issues with using them, but yeah, I've put the pack in. It's quite interesting to hear the jingle because it's such a familiar sound when you're actually sitting on the train as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed your week. Shame about the Eurostar though. I bet that was a bit of a disappointing, but hopefully you'll be able to get it going again at some point. All right. Oh, you get back on Sunday, are you? Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, rather melting in the heat this afternoon, but yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's been a good week. Really enjoyed the England game, and was, I think, because we had the sort of the couple of hours extra. Monday wasn't too bad. I was more tired on Tuesday actually. Yeah, I'm sure. I say shame about the Eurostar, but I bet you enjoyed the other train journeys though. That sounded pretty good. Yeah, we're not far off being similar to real time, really. Okay, I don't know if it runs on a Saturday, but we're doing the 13:33 from London Euston. Yeah, it's a real shame that. I mean, that would have been the highlight of the trip as well, wouldn't it? But still, at least another time, another holiday, you'll be able to get to do it. I don't think they ever came up with a credible explanation either, did they, as to what happened, which was just a shame. As I think Amaze Tay said, it was a little bit vague. Yeah, absolutely, Oscar. Yeah, that's where we're heading towards. So the only bit missing, of course, is the Crewe to Wilmslow section. So we're missing about I can't remember how many minutes it is actually. It's only a few minutes actually in terms of journey time. Which in a way seems weird, doesn't it? Because you would think that some of the Eurostar services would be able to operate. It's not like it's Paris exactly. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, no, that is good. And it'll be all worth it in the end. And when you're doing it later on in the year, you'll be thinking, oh, I'm glad in a way it got cancelled because I get to do it again. Where are we? Lights, we're on day running, that'll do. Somebody was saying that these buttons on the sort of the slightly more optimised are not quite as sharp as they were, but to be honest with you, that doesn't bother me in the least. I think if that's a way of getting you a few more frame rates, then to me that's a great thing to do. Oh, I know. Yeah, you'll be worrying that it doesn't happen. I mean, I was the same a little bit with when I went from Manchester Piccadilly to Cardiff, and I was thinking, please don't let it be a 150. Please don't let it be a 150. But I kind of got the good news heading up to Manchester, because I looked at the service that was kind of going towards Manchester. Oh, that's a 67, and it's on the way, so we should be all right. Yeah, well, that's the other thing, isn't it? It'll be you might, in theory, enjoy it even more. Just wait for the yeah, signal's cleared now, isn't it?
Welcome on board this Avanti West Coast service to Milton Keynes Central.
Gonna see if I can remember.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police.
Oh, hang on. Did I ever? Did I not lock the doors? There's unlocked doors. Wait a minute.
Sorted.
Let's lock them again. There we go. Locked doors, it says. I'm getting confused now. Ah, right. Yeah, that was perhaps it. Yeah, there we go. It's happy now. Yeah, absolutely. While I was doing this this run personally as well last Sunday. Yeah, so I'll see if I can remember how to navigate my way without the HUD being displayed at least until Milton Keynes Central. Anyway, I'm not confident enough to do it beyond there. Yeah, good afternoon, Scooby, by the way. Hope you're well. It's amazing, isn't it, the passing of time? I can't believe that a week ago we were sitting in the, or walking about in the sunshine in Acton. It's amazing how quickly the time goes. I know, it's weird, isn't it? Really weird. Really weird. I mean, I don't mind in the slightest, but it's funny, we've kind of become known by our stage names, if you like, over the last couple of years. We should be okay for 40 now, I think. Yeah, I think the microphone using the old one again is better, isn't it? I mean, there's nothing wrong in the headset one, but even on kind of top volume, it did sound a little bit too much on the quiet side, really. Absolutely right, yeah. Yes. Yes, indeed. The things we could tell if only we could. I like that. I'm sure I'll come a cropper between here and Milton Keynes at some point that I'll go wrong with the speed limit somewhere. Absolutely. Yes. Right, there we go. See that speed limit sign there quite clearly, 55. But yeah, cracking day we had all round. Really enjoyed it. I know we've had the stream since, but yeah, it was very good to see and to meet you all. I feel slightly less tired as well. I felt as though I was doing the stream last Sunday, as though I was only half awake. So I'm not promising the driving will be any better, but might be up to the usual standard, no doubt. Good evening, Jet of Aviation and Rail. Spud, man potato down, sitting back relaxing. Yeah, brilliant. That sounds good. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Very, very hot. Oh, there's the 80, by the way. Very hot. And as I say, if in reality, if I was driving this Pendolino, then I'd be sitting in a nice air-conditioned cab. But as I'm not, then slightly on the hot side. But that's okay. Hope you're well. And yeah, I like the sound of your lunch. Yeah, absolutely, and it's still sweltering because even when you have the windows open, it's kind of that situation where there isn't a massive amount of cool air to come in. There we go. We go up to 100 in a second, the EPS speed. Through Queen's Park. Oh yes, of course, that is very true. I was quite disappointed with Morocco actually, because you know, they kind of semi-finalists at the last World Cup, quarter-finalists this time around, but I think they got a couple of injuries. But it really was okay, they were playing France, who are probably, as Pete will tell us, a tournament favourites, but it wasn't very exciting. I think they only managed something like one shot in goal in the entire game in their quarter-final. So I think I'm looking forward to tonight. There's always the nerves a little bit about, you know, sort of, we've had one or two off results over the years against Norway. We've never found them the easiest of opponents, so it'll be interesting to see how we do. Ah, right, I didn't realise that. You've been off for 3 weeks, have you? Right, okay. At least you, I suppose, okay, I guess it's a bit too much on the hot side when you're out and about on the rails, but it's not too bad to be working outside. Oh, I was hoping that wasn't going to be the case, to be honest. I've altered the settings a little bit, so it was. I was hoping it was going to be all right. Still haven't really got to the bottom of it. I mean, if anything, I could probably turn the settings up a little bit. I wonder if I've turned them down too much. That's a little bit annoying. Yeah, it's probably not too much I can do whilst I'm on the go. Yeah, but I think it's still certain areas, but it's weird because I've managed to go through places like Wembley and stuff for years, and it's been okay, and then suddenly in the last few weeks it's got a bit wonky. This is sadly using the standard timetable rather than Josh's brilliant timetable, but it's kind of just for the consistency so that we've got the same service throughout the run. Yeah, it seems to be, over the last few streams I've done, it's certain locations. So we had Wembley, Wilmslow seems to be a thing, and Stockport seems to be a thing, but it's never done it before. I just find it a bit strange. Ah, that's brilliant. Yeah, no, that is good news. I must admit, apart from installing or obviously making sure I've got the add-ons in, or the updates in, I haven't tried them out yet. I'm hoping as well that, excuse me, I think they've improved the sounds on the 385 on Glasgow to Edinburgh as well, which hopefully is going to kind of make it a little bit better, because it used to be absolutely horrible. The sounds. I've never enjoyed driving the 385. Okay, the cab view's a bit quirky anyway, but yeah, glad they've. And again, it just shows that with Just Trains, they've got the updates in really quickly, and anybody else, it seems as though there's weeks and weeks and weeks of faffing about, but Just Trains being Just Trains, it's been done in no time. All right. Ooh, could that be a clue? Well, we'll know soon enough anyway, won't we? We've got Dovetail Direct on the 25th of August. I know. Oh, forgot about the 110 and tap. I knew I wouldn't get this perfect. It's ages since I've done this. I know you in particular were mentioning about the Southwest Trains license thing for the Richmond routes, and I mean, some people say, well, they'd already got the licence with South West Trains because of the Train Sim Classic route, but I don't know how these things work. That was years ago. Yes, well, I think it kind of is a mod, but it's in what I would call an inadvertent mod, because I don't think it's intentional, because the timetable mod that we have is for Preston to Carlisle. So by some happy accident, that meant that that you could drive the 90 on the mail train. So I was kind of, oh, we're still 110. So I kind of thought, well, once I knew it was possible, then I thought it was worth a video. Oh yeah, it certainly is, yeah. I mean, we've had York in the Train Sim Classic for so long, but it does feel a little bit dated now, doesn't it? Now there is I think there's a reduced speed at Leighton Buzzard, isn't there? But again, I've kind of forgotten some of the ins and outs. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it was, you know, sort of happy coincidence really, and it was like no idea why it was actually doable or possible, but I thought, well, it works, so let's give it a go. Weirdly, I couldn't get the early morning run to work from Crewe. We kind of came up to the neutral section, and then it just completely got cancelled out. And that was the main reason why it took so long to do the video. It would have gone up probably last Saturday if it had worked. I was originally trying to record it on the Friday night. Correct. That's right. Yeah, indeed, and that's very observant, because clearly you could see where the loco is. Probably tell by the time of the day as well, but you can see we're adjacent to Crewe North signal box, so it's kind of gives it away. I just got Dan to change the wording on the thumbnail to Preston to Crewe rather than Crewe to Preston. So I wouldn't mind having a go at seeing if I can get the northbound working in, because I think visually it's a bit more exciting to see with the daytime. This is Hemel Hempstead, that I do recognise. Yeah, I don't know whether I said in the video actually, but I was going to say that I'm sure somebody would observantly notice that the thumbnail was of the train going the other way. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be. It'll probably be hopefully worth having a look at some of these updates. I'll try and get a 385 video up as well in the week, because I've never enjoyed driving the 385 because the original sounds were abysmal, and it just wasn't a very pleasant experience. So I'm hoping that now that it's okay. And again, there's all sorts of possibilities, but it would be quite nice to do a kind of a Liverpool Lime Street scenario, and I'll have to have a look at the timetable. The Liverpool ones that go via the Trent Valley line, and we could do that probably with the Everett. This is Berkhamsted. I can't remember. I've got a feeling somebody said that the enhanced speed limit's still 125 around here. Yeah, definitely. It's going to be pretty heavy going. But yeah, can't wait. The road map, I think, as we were expecting, it was going to be a bit on the quiet side, really, weren't we? Which is, I think, to be expected this time of the year. Sounds as though the 70 is going to come out. I mean, they're keen to stress that the Tidami lime's coming out before Dovetail Direct, but it sounds as though the 70 is not too far away. Do you reckon that we are definitely going to get the North London line extension before Train Sim World 7? Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure I'm going to be queuing up to buy it though. It looks lovely. I'll see what I think when I watch the preview stream, I think. But I still, part of me thinks so much of it is a single line, branch line, so remains to be seen. I loved how the Class 70, I mean, it's going to test me trying to remember how to set it up, but I love the fact that you can't basically just switch it on and away you go. There is work to do on it, at least I suppose if you're doing a cold start. Here's Tring. But I think that's kind of like the way we're thinking at the moment. It's like what's going to come out before TSW6 and what's going to come out after TSW6. Yeah, it seems to be, doesn't it? Which is great, and I think it was Pete who said, but it's in theory it's not aesthetically the most beautiful looking train, but it's dead interesting to look at. It's certainly not boring, and it'll be very interesting to drive. Yeah, that's the $64 million question, Jet. I think we're all intrigued to know what the routes are going to be. I mean, this Southwestern thing. Oh, I've just kind of realised what you're on about, Scooby, with the licensing. Yeah, I'm sure they would have had to have got new licensing. They couldn't just go off the license that they had for Train Sim Classic. Yeah, that's very true, and I know you and a few of you have got some misgivings about Thames Valley branches, but yeah, I am looking forward to it though. Still, I'll definitely buy that as a day one purchase. I'm sure about that. Yeah, it could be the case. I mean, it might be that he's keen to get Thames Valley branches out first because he's going to earn more from the offset. Although I bet there'll be a lot of people though with the North London line that haven't bought it originally who will think, right, now we've got the full run from Richmond to Stratford, I'll buy it. Yeah, would seem like fairly safe bets, I would think. And either I'd be absolutely thrilled for, because the run out of King's Cross through Gasworks Tunnel and going up towards Finsbury Park past the Emirates football ground and so on is so iconic. And it's, you know, it's kind of the Premier line, but Liverpool Street's really interesting as well. So either of those, I'd be delighted. And I think I mentioned this on the stream on my video the other day, but I think any route with a London terminus is always. I think the trains in and out of London are just fantastic. I mean, there's nothing like that. Okay, Manchester Piccadilly's pretty busy. Birmingham New Street's incredibly busy, but the London terminuses are just amazing. I love the shots as well of things like the Henley Regatta. And the boats on the lake looks very, very interesting. Oh, excellent. Yeah, oh, that is good news. Yeah, I saw with his video that he put up the other day that you'd asked him a couple of questions. I mean, the only slight misgivings on that is that I think they ATS have got a heck of a lot of projects planned and on the go, but whether realistically that'll happen in the next couple of years or 5 years or when it'll be remains very much to be seen. Well, hopefully, I mean, we've already got the free, the early sort of beta A or whatever he's called it, or alpha A route that's on TSW on the Creators Club, and you could do Sheffield to Doncaster. And, if that ever gets finished fully with scenery, that'll be lovely in its own right. And also on the forums, there's some excellent shots. Oh, we're speeding now. On the forums, there's some lovely shots in and around Lincoln. I think at the moment he's only planning on doing Lincoln to Highcombe as a very, very short video, but the stuff he's put in and around Lincoln looks absolutely lovely. Which I think, to be honest, that would be quite interesting, because we've definitely got a missing void at the moment. We've got as far as Doncaster from Peterborough, but that little triangle, you've got the fast line through to York and the lines out to Leeds, and then you've got the kind of the Transpennine bit that takes you up to York as well. Is really, really interesting. Yeah, well, not yet. But, you know, sometimes these, you know, licenses they'll have been working on. It's just going to be a heck of a long wait now, isn't it? I mean, we're only like the 11th of July, and we're talking about, what is it, the 25th of August for Dovetail Direct. So it's going to feel like the longest 5 or 6 weeks of your life, really, while we're waiting to hear what's coming out. I mean, officially, they've not even confirmed it's definitely Trainsim World 7 at the moment, have they? Yeah, definitely. Would love to see that. And like we said before, if we could do that with the Moorgate branch in as well, then that would be brilliant. I mean, even better if they managed to put the Hertford loop in as well, but that's probably pushing the envelope too far. Pressed emergency by mistake. That is annoying. Yeah, it's kind of a funny one, isn't it? Because the 700's almost ready to go as a 707. You know, it wouldn't take much effort, but to produce, say, a 319 would be need quite a bit. But yeah, always fascinated by that Moorgate branch, and you know the changeover at Drayton Park. And I think people have been asking for the 91 again for absolutely ages, and that would be, I'm sure, very well received. And it's still current, and it's good that at least for the time being it's still active and in use on the main line.
We're now approaching Milton Keynes Central, which is our final stop.
No, it's not.
When leaving us here, make sure you have all your luggage and belongings with you, and please mind the step down to the platform.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a correction there on the announcement. This is not the final stop. We are, of course, carrying through to Manchester Piccadilly, and we'll be going on towards Stafford, Crewe, Wilmslow, Stockport, Manchester Piccadilly. So Milton Keynes Central is not the final stop. Yeah, it seems as though it's something that's been a bug that's been reactivated, because I meant to point this out at Euston, but it was showing as Milton Keynes Central as the destination rather than Manchester. So I'll probably show it you now, actually. Yeah, there you are, you see, Milton Keynes. Yeah, it's like typical, isn't it? That, you know, one thing's been... I mean, that's a problem that was fixed ages ago, but they seem to just repeat the same mistakes. And I'm sure that wasn't like that before the last update. So, in some ways, just typical Dovetail games, really. But yeah, the 91... yeah, the last loco hauled train. Yeah, very much so, yeah. I suppose you could count Chiltern main line, so they've got the 68s, haven't they, with Moore Street to Marylebone. But yeah, I'd love the 365 as well. That's a nice old unit. So, yeah, just mentioning, I put it in the post, but Champion's Choice will postpone until next week. And then next weekend stream, with it be World Cup final weekend, will be on the Saturday. So I think we'll do 5 p.m, but 5 p.m. on the Saturday. And then the week after, we'll be back to normal, and we'll be back to streaming on the Sunday at 5 p.m. Let's just try and figure out what the heck's going on with the... I keep trying different things, but I thought we might be sorted with the lagging, but we're still getting those frame drops in a couple of places. So we'll move on to Trent Valley then next, and we'll go forward to Crewe. But yeah, very much like to be able to do I mean, even if it was in the 717s, I'd be perfectly happy to do Moorgate to Welwyn Garden City on a stopper. And I don't quite dare to dream about what next Saturday will be like in terms of looking forward to the World Cup final, but it'll soon go anyway, the next week. Yeah, it would certainly make it busy. Definitely make it busy. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You're kind of guaranteed to have, for the main route, there's going to be, you know, a few items of stock already in there, and then usually one sort of added, like what they did last year. It was the Voyager, and then the year after it was, sorry, the year before it was the Pendolino. So yeah, if you're kind of compromising, you kind of think, well, put the 91 in, and have that as the deluxe loco, and then for the, say, preferably just make a proper 717. Right, so one Hotel 68. Be nice if we could do all this without, again, fruit hopping works really well, then I wouldn't have to mess around setting the train up again. Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think so. I think that would be very popular, actually, the 91. People would absolutely love that. I mean, if it was Great Eastern Main Line, again, it's, you know, would it be set in the present day and you had the flirts, or, you know, would it be going back in time? And we had the 90s or the 86s. Of course, we've already got the 90 in the game. Yeah, and I'm sure you've watched it, and I've mentioned this probably every time we talk about the 91s, but well worth a watch. Running to Time, the old Equinox documentary on YouTube now, but it was on Channel 4. I remember watching that when it was first broadcast on the Sunday night. Only feels like a couple of years ago, to be honest. Of course, they all aboard have done a much better job of doing the entrance as well here at Milton Keynes too. I'm hoping we've now got the right destination on. Yeah, we have. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the reskin, and you've done the Grand Central reskin. That's it's kind of like pretty good, to be honest. Well, very good actually. Speaking of which, I have
Please do not leave your luggage unattended on the station.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
I think I probably missed the announcement actually coming out of the station, but never mind. I have installed your Royal Mail 86. I've downloaded that. Looks very nice. But I've been kind of happy with the 220. I can't realistically see them doing a 221 anytime soon. Ah, marvellous. Yeah, no, that's good to know that it's been successful. I just love how you manage to, get the intricacies of the livery looking so nice as well. And I know Southwestern, who's not with us this afternoon, but he's done some good ones as well. And I think that when I did the video of the Class 90 and the orange Freightliner livery, that got quite a good views as well across the North London line. I think just the thumbnail with that livery helped massively. Yeah, you kind of think that would be fairly low down on the list of putting something like a 180 in there. I mean, I was really surprised when the West Coast Main Line South route came out. I never in a million years thought that they'd make the effort to put the 3772 in. If they're going to put anything in, I thought they're going to use the 377 that we've already got in the game. So I was really surprised that it's not a massive change, but they made the effort to make it different. Yeah, fantastic. And it's that sort of level of detail that people absolutely love. Just the 75 miles to the next stop at Stafford now. I'm trying to remember what I've done on the stream with this route. I've done the I've done an Evero from Crewe to Euston, and I've done I think the Pendolino I did was southbound, if I remember rightly, and then I've done an Evero going northbound again as far as Crewe. But it's been good to see a lot of the updates that we've been promised for absolutely ages finally coming out. So Slade Lane Junction being fixed on Manchester Airport Commuter is great, and also more recently, as we were saying, the optimisation on Crewe Preston, but the stuff on 5 Circle and also Glasgow Edinburgh as well, very, very long overdue. Yeah, I've just put it on, but literally just before I saw that message. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's always a possibility, isn't it, Middle and Main Line? And again, crops up in conversations quite a lot. But it's where would they end it? And I think to end it at Bedford would be really, really boring. It would have to at least go through to if it went through to Leicester, then it would make a lot of sense, because then we'd have something where we can join on with the present Leicester. It'd be quite nice if you could do full runs then from Nottingham to St Pancras, and also it'd be good if you could put the underground, you know, the Thames Link sections in as well. I mean, the absolute ideal for me is if they kind of made sure that it extended out as far as Blackfriars, because then it would mean if somebody did kind of a route from the kind of the sort of the other end of the line, then you've got a natural point to join up with. Well, it is, and actually with the upgraded route from Armstrong Powerhouse as well, it's made it really nice. Yeah, well, ideally, it's just I'm just trying to avoid the gaps really, because you know, say for argument's sake, it went to Kettering or Corby, as you say, you're just going to have that situation where you could do things like Nottingham to St Pancras services, but you've got a bit in between, so it'd be nice to just join it up. I know Armstrong Powerhouse, the Trainsim Classic, have got the section going to Corby, haven't they? But they've set it a little bit before electrification times. Yeah, I used to. There was a time when a number of times I've kind of come down to London in the car, but I've driven as far as Luton Airport Parkway, and then caught the Thameslink train into London, and that used to be done that one. It's a good few years since I've done it, but the last time I did it, it was still in the 319 days, and I used to love the sound of the motors as it accelerated. Good evening, Haven Fan 2. Hope you're well. Yeah, there used to be, I don't know if there still is, but there used to be kind of big advertising on the M1, kind of reminding people how often there were fast services into to London from Luton Airport Parkway. But I did like the upgraded route from Armstrong Powerhouse, because it got silly little things in, like the M1 motorway looked more realistic. They put in all the you know, sort of the M1 road signs and stuff. I still think though that London Gateway Services, probably heard me mention this before, but I think it's such a shame, but the old name for that services was just so much better. But just said evening, Nathan Fan. That is force of habit. I'm so used to doing the live streams in the evening. Good afternoon indeed. Yeah, it'd be a good transitionary period, wouldn't it? That really would. Those are the times when it's nice to see, where you have that changeover and you've got an excuse then for getting both in. I mean, I think Corby's kind of off the main line a little bit, isn't it? So it would be an interesting endpoint, but it might be not one that they seek to do, maybe. Yeah, it was a great period, and we had the transition from Virgin to Avanti West Coast, and it's kind of inspired Josh's timetable as well. Ah, okay, yeah, 2017, yeah. But I love those crossover times. I think 2019 in general was an interesting year, because I think there was a lot of new stock introduced in Scotland as well. I've got a rail magazine somewhere where they seem to be talking about so many new bits of stock that was coming in and old stock going out. So it was a fascinating period. I won't be driving the 171 today, Haven Fan. Just the one service today. It's going to be a shortish stream, but we're doing the full run from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly and the Pendolino. So the only thing, of course, we're missing is the section between Crewe and Wilmslow. But other than that, it's a full run. Yeah, the funny thing was, travelling along here last Sunday, I was absolutely wide awake until we got to Milton Keynes, and then after Milton Keynes I went really, really tired, and I was almost fast asleep by the time we got to Crewe. Yeah, that's a damn good point, and I mean it's interesting, but again, we're not going to be too far off when those ScotRail HSDs are a thing of the past. Well, we'll find out for definite, I think, Haven Fan on the 25th of August with Dovetail Direct. I mean, all the signs are that that's what will happen. I mean, last year, to avoid the debate, they actually announced Trainton World 6 a bit earlier, but I'm sure it will be. All right, really? I've not heard about that. It's a shame they don't do first class, but I kind of get that, you know, you've got a cheaper offering than kind of going Avanti. That's a word I always hate to use, offering, but that's what people say nowadays. No, I'm not going to bother Haven Fan. Nah, I'm not interested in Trainton World 7. I'm joking, obviously. Yes, I shall be very, very excited. I can't pretend. And I remember, actually, 25th, well, whenever it was in August last year when TSW6 was announced, and it was, I think it's the same time. I think it, although it says 5 o'clock UTC, I think it's 5 PM UK time as well. So, well, exactly. So I remember dashing back to my car, and I thought, well, I won't be able to watch it while I'm driving home, but I wanted to get the video going so as I could hear what was going on, and I was driving home very, very excited. Yeah, I certainly will. 100% Haven Fan, I will be getting it. I wasn't being entirely serious with that one. I like it, Scoob. Were you taking it? And I think hopefully on the 25th of August we'll do a little bit of a kind of a look ahead to it on the night that they announce it, and it might be, if I can get my head around it, it might be a good time to try and work out how to get these the voice things going on Discord, and then we might be able to just have a proper live chat, as it were. Would be quite nice. I mean, I remember last year I was just as excited about the routes as the train and station announcements. What would you like to see, Haven Fan? What would be your number one route that you'd like to see in the game? All this track work changes at Rugby. This took years to complete, but it doesn't mean now we can actually race through at 125 mile an hour. That's in the correct colours, by the way, as well, that Network Rail building. Yeah, it does, yeah. Oh, this is a nice little section here. We've got about to overtake an aggregates working. Oh, it's got a 90 on the front as well. Well, we've already got West Coast Express, haven't we, Haven fan? Just to say as ever, if you're watching this back and you're not watching it live, then hope you're enjoying it, but if you would consider liking and subscribing to the channel, I'd be tremendously appreciated. Support always massively appreciated. Yeah, that's the huge question, isn't it? Because you kind of get the feeling that All Aboard Studios have said 100% that it's not going to, they're not going to be doing the West Coast Main Line next time. Yeah, we've got a, again, it's a little PC mod, but yeah, absolutely, yeah. And that's the thing, and you know, we kind of guessed from the PC user point of view that, you know, we knew that we were going to be saying that we knew that ATS and All Aboard Studios were kind of saying it wasn't going to happen instantly, but of course the wonderful modders that are out there on TrainSim Community did it straight away without any issue at all. By the way, I was getting on about the M1 motorway and then I forgot to have a look at it as we were going past at Weedon. No, absolutely. And you kind of get the impression there isn't any immediate imminent plans to include it for the console users, which is a tremendous shame. Well, they're keen to emphasise, both of them, that there isn't any dislike and it's nothing to do with that, but there's always the conclusion that people will say that it is to do with that. Very good question, Avon Master. Yeah, I mean, I suppose in a way it's a kind of a remaster. I think in terms of probably the remasters that people would love to see top of the list, they will be saying London Brighton, I think, would be right at the top of the list, and also Northern Transpennine would be pretty popular as well. But it's just going to be really nice again having the official announcements from TfL in the game for the North London line. I really can't wait to get in the train at Richmond and go through that section through Kew Gardens and Gunnersbury and seeing all the D-stop district line trains going past, and then the changeover into AC mode at Acton Town as well. Yeah, you get the impression that every time the Underground's talked about, DTG seem to be a bit cool on the idea, and they've always moaned about how much, I think somebody was on about it the other day on the forums, but they said they went way over budget on that because of the amount of baking that was necessary. So you kind of feel that in Unreal Engine 4 that they're not keen to develop another underground route. And incidentally, I did hear that Alex said in the stream the other night he was keen to emphasise that there isn't imminently going to be a Train Sim World in Unreal Engine 5, so we can kind of rule out the fact that that's going to be announced in the next few weeks. Yeah, they do, Hayden fan. I can't remember if there is a mod that you can do it with. I think probably if we drove the 3772 from Victoria, then I reckon that would come with announcements. But it'd be nice to have them at the stations throughout. I mean, I would like to see announcements being done for all the lines, really. I think it's something that should be done for all the lines, whether there's a remaster or not. There he is, Nuneaton. Yeah, it would make a lot of sense. I mean, is it remotely possible that, you sort of think a bit of experience gained with that Metro Rivals? Is it remotely possible that they might launch a game separate to TSW that's based on the underground and underground lines, subway lines, but with Unreal Engine 5, but just separate from TSW? Yeah, I mean, Cardiff at the moment is still probably my least favourite route because it's kind of nowhere to nowhere, really, and you never really get going on the services, so unless it goes down to at least Bristol, Temple Meads, better still to Exeter, then it kind of feels as though there's something missing. The other option is to go up the kind of the Welsh Marches and go towards somewhere like Shrewsbury. Can't believe how quick this journey's going, though. We were 75 miles to Stafford from Milton Keynes. It's only 31 now. Yeah, no, I agree with that. There's no mileage in terms of ATO, but the Met line, you can get away with it if you set it from a few years back, because the Just Trains version of it was set before ATO came in, and the same, you can have the Piccadilly line with the older stock. And the district line, again, setting it back a few years. So there's still quite a bit that you could do there. And of course, not only that, it's there's probably subways around the world that could be done as well. But I do definitely agree that there's not really any excitement about ATO lines. I mean, the other sort of one on the same point is the Lizzie line as well, and of course most of that's ATO, but I've always thought, well, you could do something like with the Lizzie line, if you did, say, Shenfield to Reading, then you've still got quite a bit of it that's drivable. Yeah. Does make you wonder though, you know, okay, fast forward probably 10, 15, 20, 30 years. I mean, at what point will all trains be completely auto-controlled, where there's no driver, and Train Sim World will all be heritage and retrospective then, because you'll be doing things people say, what? You're sitting in the cab driving a train? Well, that's unrealistic. That doesn't happen anymore. But I hope really I never live to see the day. I mean, ETCS I could just about live with, but yeah, well, but you still at least got a driver, haven't you? So at least that's, you know, only semi-automatically controlled. I mean, I quite like the driving the South Eastern, where you're still controlling the train, but it's kind of regulated with those funny signals, so you kind of get the idea that the in-cab speed limit and everything works quite nice. Quite like that. The one thing I've never got the hang of with this Pendolino is if you press controller now, it says speed set on, but when does it ever say speed set off? Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. I mean, they look damnably weird, to be honest, looking at them when you go through the tunnels, particularly the first time. It's like, what the heck's going on here? But you kind of get the logic to it. It's quite fun. I mean, I know the base Taze was saying about the not being interested in the Channel Tunnel being built, and a lot of people have asked for the Channel Tunnel. I mean, the only thing is it would be over and done with through the tunnel section quite quickly. Yeah, so again, you know, we've got the Train Sim Classic version of the Moorgate branch, but that's goes back a few years. You've got proper signals in place there. But yeah, it's going to be very weird in the next few years, the way trains develop and evolve. Yeah, they keep extending these things, don't they? I mean, on the Met line with the ATO. I mean, I can remember, you know, a couple of years back where the ATO section was literally from Finchley Road through to Aldgate, and now it goes north as far as Wembley. I think it might be even further north now. I can't remember. I can't remember his name, but there was a retired tube driver on YouTube, and he posted videos of his last few runs, and they were quite interesting to watch. But I think he made the comment somewhere that somebody asked him, I don't know if it was in the comments, but they sort of said, do you prefer kind of the ATO sections, or do you prefer driving them properly? And I think he basically said he preferred the ATO sections. Yeah, they definitely are Haven fan. Yeah, that's the extension out to Richmond, which is coming soon. So they're also putting in the TfL announcements. You're going to see a 450 at Richmond on the services Waterloo to Reading and the like, but they're going to use the 350. All right, yeah, absolutely. Well, if you've already got the Mile Main line, then the upgrade is coming free. That's the good news. And you'll be able to drive the District Line trains from, if you've got the Isle of Wight route anyway, you'll be able to drive them from Richmond through to Gunnersbury. Yeah, that's going to be really, really interesting. Hopefully, the shortish route, sort of Strood to Tonbridge, was just like a little dip in the pond, and hopefully it's going to be something a little bit more adventurous. Well, you never know. I mean, as you said, I mean, there's a thought about ATS as well, because Alan Thompson's from Cambridge, so you know, he's got a strong bias towards the East Coast Main Line, so you know, something like that would be good. Right, you haven't got it currently, yeah. But yeah, that's the good thing. Whenever you buy Haven Fan, you won't have to buy it twice. You'll automatically, if you buy it now, you would obviously it would only be Wilston Junction to Stratford, but you get the upgrade to Richmond for free. And if you buy it later, then obviously you'll just get the full route. But yeah, well, hopefully, if you Christmas will soon be here, I'm sure. So yeah, that'd be a nice one for you to have, I guess. I would like something like that, because even in Train Sim Classic, that's never been done. I mean, actually, last Christmas I spent quite a bit of Christmas putting in scenery on the route I've got from Train Sim Classic. So I want to do a Stansted Express run, the full journey. There's a Steam Workshop run that does some of it, but the first bit from Liverpool Street, there was a version of it that was uploaded, but it was basically no scenery, and I've been filling in, and it's more or less ready to go, to be honest. Yes, you will, Haven fan, because I'm guessing it'll come out virtually almost certainly before Christmas. So yes, you'll get the upgraded route, because that's the great thing. Johannes isn't charging any more for the extended route. It's a completely free upgrade. It's going to be stunning. I can't wait for that. Really on full tilt here. About to go through Rugeley Trent Valley station. That's the trains on the Chase line there in towards Birmingham New Street. yeah, absolutely, yeah. There was just a bit around I forgot which station it is now, somewhere around Tottenham that needs a bit doing. So it's still not 100%, but I'd love to do that as a run at some point. Just something a bit more different. I mean, the thing about Train Sim Classic is there is so many assets in the library, and you can usually find something that's kind of like reasonably similar to real life. And I love the fact that you've kind of got Google Earth in 3D as well, so there's so much you can look at. I mean, I did most of it around Christmas and a bit in January, and then here we are in July, and I've not touched it again since. This is College Junction. But it'd be a good chance to drive the Flirt again as well, because it's ages since I've given that a run. Looks quite pretty driving through this section. You wouldn't believe that you were in Staffordshire here. I mean, this is the Shugborough estate, but you could be in Scotland or something. It's quite nice. Ah, right, yeah. Yes, that'll be interesting. We might get a sneak preview on that. I mean, of course, he knows, we know that Josh knows stuff, and absolutely sworn to secrecy, and I know there's all these NDAs and so on, and I understand it, but was it Lord Lucan, I think, at Shugborough? I think I'm right in saying that. I think it was he that insisted on there being a tunnel built when that avoided the Shugborough estate when he gave permission for the train line to go past his line, past his land, I should say. I think, was it King K who put up a video the other day who said that there is like something that's a bit of graffiti that's referenced to Tintin in the Crewe Preston route. I know, he did a sterling job. I know Tom always says on his streams that, you know, he would absolutely love to tell people what's coming up, but he just he has to hold these things very, very close to his chest. I mean, we got one possible hint, but we shall see. Not going to say, obviously. There's Queensville Curve, incidentally, coming in towards Stafford. I just love the fact that this... Oh, wait a minute.
We're now approaching Stafford.
When leaving us here, make sure you have all your luggage and belongings with you, and please mind the step down to the platform.
Tell you what, when I hear that announcement, I just think I'm sitting on the train in real life. Yeah, I have to say, if I knew all the goss that was going on, I'm not sure I'd be able to keep it to myself. I know Amazed Taze will know, because he's I don't know, he seems to finds the sources, he ferrets around, and I think he does work a lot of these things out.
Welcome on board this Avanti West Coast service to Manchester Piccadilly, calling at Crewe, Wilmslow, Stockport.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Covers a multitude of sins, does that.
Intending to travel on this service, please join the train now, as it is ready to leave. Platform 1 for the 14:52 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston, which is ready to leave.
Where are we going with this? Hang on. That looks nice angle, doesn't it? Yeah, definitely. And hopefully, I don't know how long we'll have to wait, but hopefully we should have a new modded timetable from Josh as well in the not too distant future. Incidentally, I noticed, I think it was the British Ace, but he's done a video on a 2026 Preston Carlisle modded timetable, so I didn't realise that was a thing, but I presume that's not out yet. Yeah, do you mean the Pendolino with the optimization? Definitely looking forward to giving the 385 a try on Glasgow Edinburgh, because the route and the train were just awful to drive how it was before. The sounds were absolutely unbearable. So I'm just hoping that they're much improved now. I mean, it's never going to be the nicest of trains to drive in terms of the view from the cab, but it is pretty nice. Yeah, another 90. Yeah, it does make a difference, doesn't it? And it's good to have it. Yeah, I mean, there's some people moaning, saying that they've overdone it with the textures with those things over there. But to be honest, if that makes it run better, then I think that's exactly the right thing to do with turning down the textures. It's just weird that it's taken like 2 years for them to actually work out that they can improve it. I don't know if that's all to do with the All Aboard Studios team, because sorry, I meant the Firefly team and All Aboard Studios, because they seem to be finding things that are starting to help with the memory. At least they are trying anyway. It's obviously not perfect at the moment, but I think they are trying to work hard to sort out these blurry textures. I still don't get why we haven't had an official sound mod for the 390 as well. Those are the platforms at Norton Bridge, and there was a bridge just about here that took you down to the station, but they demolished the bridge, therefore they had to close the station. It was all a bit of a tenuous excuse at the time. It's kind of like, we've decided that the bridge is unsafe, so we've got to demolish it. Oh, wait a minute, you can't get to the station now. We'll have to close the station then. There was also a statement put out that the Stafford to Stoke trains were being suspended because of driver training, but that was never a realistic thing, and then eventually they kind of just confirmed it and said, right, we're just keeping it as a bus service. Yeah, it's a shame, again, with the freeware modders, it's a shame that we haven't got perhaps a better 378 sound mod. So I think they basically just stuck in the 377 sounds, and you'll know better than probably anybody else the fact that they're not as accurate as it could be. Yes, I mean, they completely transformed the 375, didn't they? And I'm a great fan of the trap joint sounds on that, because, you know, the sounds were okay to begin with. They weren't too bad, but the updated trap joint sounds were, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it'd be nice to see a bit more collaboration like that. I mean, we had the weird thing when the East Coastway remaster came out, and they said we can't use the 377 sounds that we used on West Coast Main Line, because, again, something to do with whatever they'd agreed with Armstrong Powerhouse, but they quickly backtracked on that and sorted it out. But definitely hoping that as the World Cup's coming towards its climax and the tennis nearly all over, then hopefully there'll be a lot more content coming up on the channel. I'll try and get some more recording stuff done. Good evening. Sorry, good afternoon. Sorry, I'm so used to saying it's probably actually a good morning in America, isn't it, King? Yeah, hope you're well. I'm so used to saying good evening, but doing a rare stream this time of the day is unusual for me. Yeah, I know you absolutely love the Pendolino, don't you? So yeah, this is a first for me, doing virtually an entire London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly, which very pleased to be doing. Yeah, indeed, yeah. Yeah, I think the Norway-England game, US time, will be early evening, won't it? Oh, excellent. Yeah, that'll be nice to come back over. I know I think you went, if I remember rightly, you went, was it last year when you went on it, and then you had a trip round, I can't remember now which football team it was. It was either Manchester City or Manchester United. That's a bad one to get wrong, so that's why I'm saying either or. Yeah, definitely. You do some absolutely brilliant videos, King. I feel a bit guilty that what with everything going on with the football and the tennis, I've not had a chance to catch up on them really. But you do some very, very good stuff. Bit better driving than myself as well. But then that wouldn't be hard to be better. Yeah, I think the problem is, and I think that's reflected by people watching this live today, but it's so hot outside that not too many people want to be sitting indoors watching train videos. Yes, right. You went to Etihad, but you're a Liverpool fan, yeah. At some point, I could definitely see myself doing a full London Euston to Liverpool Lime Street service, because obviously we can go as far as Crewe and this, and then take Train Sim Classic for the bit towards Runcorn and Liverpool Lime Street. Same with a Chester service as well. We could use the Train Sim Classic route to Chester, possibly Holyhead, but might be a bit long to do for one video, but we'll see. Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. Scoob, yeah, definitely. Took them absolutely ages for them to convince me about actually doing a Discord server. It was kind of like, I don't really even know what one is, but they persuaded me in the end. I remember Amaze Tay saying, oh, I've given up trying. I've asked him a million times. Yeah, absolutely. I must put some of mine up actually, and as well. But yeah, it was a fantastic day out. But as we come towards Crewe, I'm going to do my usual thing of saying, please, 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 Alan Thompson, can you do us Crewe to Wilmslow? Yeah, absolutely. And it was the first time the four of us been together. I met up with Amaze Tays last summer. But yeah, hopefully we do more in time as well. Yeah, that would be amazing at some point. Right then, be careful here because there's a time when I've come a cropper at this next signal. Yeah, well, he's probably very unlikely to be listening to this video, but yeah, I've mentioned it a time or two. I think the last thing they said on the forums, they kind of said, look, we've been asked loads of times, we've not definitely got any plans for it, but because we've been asked so many times, maybe we will. But it's just that gap. It's like, you know, again, we're doing a nearly full London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly, but the pedantic side of me says, but we're missing that bit to between Crewe and Wilmslow. Right, we have got the road, I think. Make sure. Yeah. All right, so that'd be good. Yeah, yeah, it's a place he. I mean, it's interesting some of the videos he's done. I think it's good to see people doing videos on, you know, the area as well. But yeah, obviously born and bred, and you know, there's things that exist in the railway there now, but there's a lot that's gone. That'd be nice.
We're now approaching
here, make sure you have all your luggage and belongings with you, and please mind the step down to the platform.
I feel here as though I'm actually feeling for me pockets. Have I got my car key? Is my wallet there? My phone? And have I got my bag? And it's immediately taking me back to last Sunday. Ah, excellent. Yeah, no, that's good. The only thing I've got to check, actually, because we've got that nuclear gas pack coming out, and I don't know whether I've got the German route that it was done for, so I must have a check on that. I like it. Yeah, that was Josh's idea, actually. He said, don't forget to put the mod in with the proper announcements. I hope I don't get told off for using this mod. You know what YouTube's like. But it definitely makes a difference. Absolutely right. Excellent, I like it.
Welcome on board this Avanti West Coast service to Manchester Piccadilly.
Yeah,
Terminates here.
yeah, that's where we should be heading towards. But
Please do not leave your luggage unattended on the station.
as you can see from the map,
It may be removed
it only goes to there, unfortunately.
security services.
All right, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I have massive problems with it crashing. The big problem for me at the moment is it's streaming. It seems to be I'm getting a bit laggy with the streams at certain places, and that's not so much on the game. That's actually just on YouTube. Marvellous. So we'll do the last bit anyway. Not Bath. Yeah, I was thinking that. Wait a minute. Is that some sort of Welsh expression there? Not Bath. Yeah, not bad. Yeah. So we'll do the last bit anyway. Wilmslow into Manchester Piccadilly. Can't remember what settings I've got actually. I've kind of turned some of them down. Yeah, I'm in 190, 20, 1080 anyway. But I'm very much. Oh, wait a minute, just play this in. Yeah, unfortunately, one thing I can't do at the moment is put 4K on because my telly's really, really old. It's actually 14 years old, the telly, so it doesn't do 4K, so I can't play it on 4K. But I'm desperately hoping that I think I've got to bite the bullet and think over the next few weeks that this PC that I'm using is 6 years old, and it's beginning to, it's definitely struggling with some stuff. So I think it is time for the upgrade finally. I'm going to have to shell out and get one. So it's only about 20 minutes anyway for the last bit between Wilmslow and Manchester Piccadilly. But I mean, I do notice the difference, you know, watching some of the videos back on YouTube. The picture quality sometimes is absolutely stunning. Oh, and I'm hoping, I mean, I've got a better internet connection now with this Starlink, but we still need to get the dish fixed up properly, and I'm hoping there's still one or two things we can get to slightly improve it. I'm getting a faster connection, but it's not as good as, say, somebody with high fibre. Unfortunately, that could be a few years off living where we do. So bad news as well with USA, well, from your point of view, going out of the World Cup. I think we always thought that they weren't likely to win it. But you know, they did make an impact on the competition. England there, at least for now anyway. Right, so for the final section then we need Manchester Airport Commuter. And it is. It certainly is. I was saying, you know, if it was in the cab of a real Pendolino, this would be lovely. So yes, it's for the UK. It's very, very hot. You know, we're sort of touching 30 degrees at the moment. Yeah, not to be. And of course, Belgium having beat the USA, then lose to Spain. So we've got Norway tonight, England, but I think it's going to be a harder game perhaps than people are expecting. Fingers crossed. So judging by what happened earlier on in the stream, I'm thinking you might, I'm hoping you don't, but you might get some stuttering lag in the stream around sort of Stockport and Longsight, that sort of bit. Get the doodah sorted on here. So I think with some of these sort of sound mods for the announcements, there's no guarantees that it'll work as we're departing. We might not get anything until Piccadilly. I'm not sure yet, or well, Stockport probably. I think the station announcements on this route have completely gone at the moment. Seems to have been some sort of bug that was not sorted, or at least it used to work and they now don't. Yeah, so I think we'd lost about 20 odd minutes in terms of the actual the journey. All right. Oh, actually, we're on auto, aren't we? We should set it to cool. Will it go down to cool? Hang on. Yeah, there we go. We're on cool. Oh, there we are. I feel cooler instantly. Yeah, it really is, and you know, the sooner that's sorted, the better. And, you know, I've said this millions of times, but I can only dream of also being able to do the ones via Stoke-on-Trent and Macclesfield, and to get to Stockport that way. And I think that in itself will be an interesting route, but maybe one day. But at least if we had Crewe to Alderley Edge, then be good to be able to at least to do one of the Euston to Crewe services. I mean, I think it was round about this time last year when Manchester Airport Commuter route first came out, and you know, I was so thrilled to be able to do this section. I mean, it started live as Crewe to Manchester. That was the idea, and you kind of get the impression that the All Aboard Studios bit have somehow managed to retain the rights to the Crewe station model that they built. I still don't know the full ins and outs of it. Some of it's slightly guesswork. I mean, it was genius putting in the Manchester Airport branch as well, because you could easily have missed that bit out, but you know, given the choice, I'd have been happier if they missed that bit out, but at least got the section from Crewe to Alderley Edge. And I believe, and again, you know, it's an old game now, but I think Alan Thompson has said that they're hoping in the last quarter of this year, and I don't know whether that's still on target or not, but to release Crewe to Manchester for Train Sim Classic. So at least that would fill in one of the gaps. Yeah, it has been quiet today, but I'm not massively surprised. You know, it's outside of the normal time zone. People are used to it being Sunday at 5 p.m. It's massively hot out there, so I'm not overly surprised, I guess. But it was kind of like, it was either a question of putting that in today, or kind of not doing a stream at all, which I thought would be a tremendous shame. Here's Cheadle Hulme. So speaking of the Stoke-on-Trent branch, That's the line to Stoke over on the left. So if you're coming north from Stoke, you would stop at Longport, Kidsgrove, Congleton, Macclesfield, Prestbury, Adlington, Poynton, Bramall, Cheadleheugh, Stockport, Manchester Piccadilly. Oh right, okay, is there really? Wow. Very good, Scoop and King K. And again, we've got the Hope Valley line coming in as well shortly. I mean, that, you know, as an outside bet would be quite a nice route to have in the game. And again, complete guesswork, but who knows, perhaps Just Trains have had experience of doing the Hope Valley line, then maybe, you know, that might be something they could do for Train Sim World. But I'd love that bit there. You go out to go through to Sheffield. Yeah.
We're now approaching Stockport.
When leaving us here, make sure you have all your luggage and belongings with you, and please mind the step down to the platform.
I am literally sitting in the carriage listening to those announcements. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. I hope I don't get into bother for... I mean, it's just a timetable mod or a PC mod, but I'm hoping that goes down okay. But they do make it sound good, I have to say.
Welcome on board this Avanti West Coast service to Manchester Piccadilly.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I think last time we were at Stockport, it did start stuttering a bit. The weird thing is, it's okay for me, but it was a bit of a problem your side. Yeah, I can't remember who did the mod actually, but it's Train Sim Community, and there's some very, very talented people who do these things. Yeah, I've still got a pesky fly that's been in and around me for the whole of the journey, but be able to say goodbye to that fly in a minute. Transport for Wales 150 service there, going into Stockport. Yeah, it's just over a year ago when this route came out. I remember, again, it being very, very hot when Alan Thompson did his first stream on this route, and I think basically he said it was nearly frying his PC whilst he was doing it. And it's probably not far off being one of those days like that today. But I think it's touches like that that really do make it. I mean, I would be delighted if sort of DTG said they've got the license to use the Anne Jeremy station announcements, because they're so familiar to everybody that it would make it absolutely amazing. No, I know. Yeah, sadly suffering the heat. I think we'll just pretend that in terms of this cab that the aircon was just broke today. It wasn't quite working. So again, just to say that next week we're going to do a Saturday stream with it being World Cup final weekend, regardless of who's in the final. So we'll be Saturday 5 p.m. We'll do the 4 hours UK time, and then the week after we'll be back to normal at 5 p.m. on the Sunday. And then I think that following week we'll do a full championship round as well, all 4 rounds again. Yeah, it's when it does get really, really hot, it's quite difficult. This is the new improved Slade Lane junction, and I'll tell you what, that's a massively improved, because you used to feel as though you're going to derail when you went over that little section there. Better keep an eye on these signals. Again, it's always the worry that you've driven the couple of 100 miles and then you don't notice the fact that you've got a red signal coming into the station. Past Longsight Depot. I mean, actually, we're talking about getting the Etihad. That's the one thing that's missing, and you do actually see the Etihad Stadium from the train quite clearly as you come into Piccadilly Station and as you're leaving the station as well. So it'd be quite nice if we could get something in there. So we'll have the return of the championship round as well next week. But then the week after we'll do a full kind of 4-round championship competition again. We'll see how that goes. I need to try and find a scoreboard that works a bit quicker.
Manchester Piccadilly, which is our final stop.
When leaving us here, make sure you have all your
Ah, okay, yeah, you threw me for a bit there with the lunch. What's a lunch deal? I'll say, yeah, link, yeah, definitely. That would be quite nice. I mean, the one thing that's nice is they went to the trouble to put the metro station in here or the tram station in here at Piccadilly, which is great fun to have. So it's a shame that we can't drive it at the moment. And it wouldn't be all that much to ask. It's only a couple of miles. But yeah, it's still a bit stuttery coming into Piccadilly station, and this is one thing I'm really hoping for the PC. I want to be able to do this maximum settings, absolutely everything on full, and then be able to maintain a really, really good frame rate, because that's what you want to see. You want to see these terminus stations really, really busy, and Piccadilly now does look really busy, which is great to see, but you want to have a PC that can actually handle it and make it look smooth. Yeah, it would. It would. I mean, I'd love it to see it going the other way as well, and to go through the streets of Manchester. A tram simulator based around Manchester would be very, very nice. I'm looking forward to the city tram simulator, where I think it's the last quarter of this year, but they're putting in Austria, Vienna back in again. And you'll have the choice then of driving a train or a bus, which I think is fantastic. So although it's a bit laggy in terms of this end, I hope it hasn't. The frame rates didn't drop. It looks very realistic, actually, the way they've done the station. Yeah, it literally is. It literally is. If we can find it. I need an open door, don't I? Oh, I see what you mean. You mean the city tram simulator? Yeah, they are. Yeah, because there used to be a game tram sim that had Vienna, and it was replicated. It was replicated accurately, but they kind of this city tram simulators using different graphics engine, and looks a bit different. But yeah, they are putting in the real Vienna before the end of the year. So at the moment, you've got a fictional town, which I've got no interest in buying really. But the having the real life Vienna will be really, really good. I mean, they're saying the last quarter, but let's hope so. So thanks for bearing with us in these very hot conditions. Thanks to King K, to Scooby, and earlier to Josh and Jetta Aviation as well. Haven fan as well. I think they were the main people that chatted throughout the stream. But thanks as always for keeping me company. Got tremendous fun. And if you're watching this back and you haven't watched this before, then hope you enjoyed the video, and please, if you consider liking and subscribing to the channel, would be really appreciated. But that's basically a full run from Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. So enjoyed that. Great that we could do that now. So just a notice again, the next live stream, the plan will be next Saturday, because it's World Cup final weekend. So UK time, 5 p.m. on Saturday. We'll do the 4 hours. After that, we'll be back to normal with the Sunday stream. So 2 weeks time. And I'm hoping to do a competitive sort of championship 4 round for a week on Sunday. So yeah, so I'm going to go off to get myself a nice cool drink and try and cool down. I'll watch the the ladies singles final at Wimbledon in a minute. And oh yes, the other thing to say, of course, come on England. England against Norway tonight, of course. And I wonder what we'll be saying about the World Cup come next Saturday. So come on England. Hope you do it. But that's it. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, from Powerflower Trains and Planes, for now, it is a very good afternoon to you.